husband is nowhere near satisfied.
Yeah.
Of all the people on the planet, Barack knows all too well that too many folks are still hurting. And as President Clinton said, it's going to take a lot longer than 4 years to finish rebuilding an economy from the brink of collapse. But here's what I know I have seen for the past 4 years. Know this together. Slowly but surely, we have been pulling ourselves out of that hole we started in. We have been moving forward and making real, meaningful change. So over the next 5 days, we have to ask ourselves a simple question. Are we going to turn around and go back to the same policies that got us into the hole in the first place? Are we going to go just sit back and watch everything we worked for and fought for to just slip away? Or are we going to keep moving this country forward? What are we going to do? I want to go forward. What are we going to do? We got to go forward. But here's the thing. In the end, the answer to these questions is on us now. And as my husband has said, the only thing guaranteed is that this election will be even closer than the last one. And it is all going to come down to what happens in just a few key battleground states, like right here in Florida. And let me help put it in perspective. I do this everywhere I go. Let's take you back to 2008 to understand the power that you have. Here in Florida, we won by about 236,000 votes.
Just hold it.
Might sound like a lot, but when you break that number down across precincts, that is just 36 votes per precinct. You hear me? 36. 30. Look around this room. Right? This room alone could make the difference. So that could mean just one vote in your neighborhood. Just one more vote in your apartment building or on your college campus. Just one. So if there is anyone out there, if there is anyone you know out there who might be thinking that their vote doesn't matter, that their vote and involvement doesn't count, that in this complex political process that ordinary folks can't possibly make a difference. See, I want you to think about those 36 votes.
Right.
See, because you know 36 people. Everybody knows 36 people, and you know 36 people who didn't vote in 2008.
Got it?
So I want you to think about how with just a few more hours, knocking on some doors, or making some phone calls, with just a few more hours getting folks to the polls on election day. Just a few of you here. Shoot, look at this room. This room here alone could swing an entire precinct for Barack Obama. And we win enough precincts. We will win this state. We'll be well on our way to putting Barack back in the White House for 4 more years. So we've got a plan, and it involves you. You are at the core of this plan. Before you leave today, sign up to volunteer. Just a couple more days. Weekend. Just give your weekend. Just hand it over. For the next 5 days, we need every single one of you to talk to everyone you know. Don't leave any stone unturned. Not a friend, not a neighbor, not a cousin. We don't care if you spoke to them in a year. Call them. Get them out to vote. And if you can, get them to vote early. I voted early. Election day, getting other people out to the polls, motivating other people, reminding people. We're going to be on the phone, on the TV, on the radio, just reminding people. And I hope you all do the same. See, because the other thing about early voting is that life happens. And election day is one day. And when you're talking about a difference of 36 votes, we can't afford anybody to wake up and their car's broken down. They don't feel well. The babysitter's late. The boss made you work overtime. Anything can happen. So vote early. And here in Florida, you can vote early through Saturday at your county supervisor of elections office and many of the libraries and the city hall. So As Wendy said, you can leave here after we're done and go vote. But whether you vote early or whether you vote on the 6th, you can also go to vote.barackobama.com to learn how and where to vote. You can go on that website and find out anything anywhere in the country. So use that as a resource to make your voices heard. Now, that's our plan. You do understand that you are critical to the plan, right? And with less than a week to go until Election Day, make no mistake about it, what we all do for these next 5 days will absolutely make the difference between us waking up on Election Day and asking ourselves, could I have done more? Or feeling the promise of 4 more years, you know? See, and I only want to feel that promise. I don't know about you. So from now until November the 6th, we need you to keep working and struggling and pushing forward. See, because here's the thing. That is how change always happens in this country. You know? And I'm really talking to our young people, right? Because we know from our history that change is hard. And it requires patience and tenacity. Shoot, life is hard. But if we keep showing up, you know, if we keep fighting the good fight and doing what we know in our hearts is right, and eventually we get there. You have to know this. We always do. That is why we have every reason to be optimistic about what lies ahead. Because we know that here in America, we always move forward. We never go back. We always make progress. And in the end, that's what this is about. That's what elections are always about. Don't let anybody fool you. Don't let anybody tell you differently. Elections are always about hope. What kind of hope am I talking about? The hope that I saw on my father's face as I crossed the stage to get my college diploma. The diploma he took out loans to help me get. The hope Barack's grandmother felt as she cast her ballot for the grandson she loved and raised. It's that kind of hope. The hope of all those men and women in our lives who worked that extra shift for us, who saved and sacrificed and prayed so that we could stand here. We are here because of them. That kind of hope. The hope that so many of us see when we look into the eyes of our kids and our grandkids. That is why we are here today. See, because we want all our kids to have that solid foundation for their dreams. We're here for our kids. We want to give all of our children opportunities worthy of their promise. Because we all know, I don't care who you vote for, you all know in this country that all of our children are worthy. They're all worthy. We want to give them that sense of limitless possibility, that belief that here in America, the greatest country on the planet, there's always something better out there if you're willing to work for it. So here's what I tell myself every day as First Lady. We cannot turn back now. We will not turn back now. We have come so far, but we have so much more work to do. So here's my last question. Florida, are you in this?